Mubarak, what are you eating? Hey everyone, welcome to TSF Reviews. Yumnan Mubarak over here. So we are reviewing Yellowjackets. It's a show by Showtime. I mean, we're pretty popular. Like, it's not very popular. I'm guessing these days we have HBO, Netflix, Amazon Prime, but Showtime released a really, really good show, according to me at least. Very underrated. You guys have to check it out. And then I asked Mubarak to watch it, so we're here to discuss. Mubarak, what did you think?
I thought this was a fantastic show, all up to the finale. And then the finale happened, and I'm like, bruh, what is this? Like, they had such a beautiful flow, such a beautiful premise. You know what? You go on, tell us about this. What did you like about the show?
I loved everything. The pacing, the characters, the flashbacks, the characters then, the characters now. The episode before the finale was a really good episode. I felt like the finale would really blow our minds, but it really didn't. It was very anticlimactic. I was very disappointed. I mean, the only negative point in the show was, for me, the finale. And characters are very well written. The plot is very, very well written. I mean, if any of you have read Lord of the Flies, basic inspiration for this show. It seems, for me at least, it seems like it.
Yes. One more thing I should add here is that this is based on, well, not, the show is not based on, but they've taken a lot of the premise from Miracle Flight 571, the plane that crashed in the Andes, 1972, if I'm not mistaken, where a rugby team crashes in the mountains and then they have to survive, and they last 72 days, and they eventually resort to cannibalism, something this show teased from the very beginning, but they did not deliver.
We did not get a scene. I really wanted a scene. As dark as it sounds, we really wanted a scene. And we didn't get one. But there's more to come in season 2. Who was your favorite character, Mubarak? I feel like we have the same favorite character.
That's easily Misty. Old and new, okay? In the,
both the Misties were.
Yeah, both the Misties, like especially Christina Ricci, she did such a fantastic job. It's like, you're like, bruh. You know, I actually had to check if it was the same actress playing both parts. I'm like, wait, is it? I'm like, no, this can't be. And then I realized when I Googled, I'm like, okay, so they're two different actresses, but they look and they act so similarly, like you wouldn't even notice the difference. It was fantastic. I had
no idea it was Christina Ricci. I was like, is this really her? She did a really good job.
Great job.
Misty was a great character. Her being, I mean, I think many of the girls do have a host of mental illnesses. Very well written.
All of them, in fact.
Misty's portrayal.
All of them were really well written. You could tell that these characters stood out on their own. They brought great weight to the show.
Yeah. I mean, every character had a very distinct personality of their own. It did not seem like they were just trying to make them all coalesce into one whole thing. We had a religious character who ended up dying, unfortunately. Laura Lee, like when they finally, there seemed to be hope of them escaping. The plane just blasts off. Which leads me to discuss, like, do you think there's a supernatural element to this show?
Okay, so if there is a supernatural element to the show, I strongly disagree with it, because you have such a beautiful premise, right? The survival and how their mental health issues eventually devolve into them going, or, well, they tease it, but we don't know if they go full cannibalistic, tendencies, but they've teased it to the point where we expect, and especially with Thaisa, her disassociative episodes, which, by the way, I believe they had some kind of psychologist on the sidelines helping them with their character development, because something this properly well done, I don't think this can be done without professional insight, because there are like some really good scenes where you see it and well, I'm a psychologist myself, So I saw it happening before it happened. But then when they finally reveal it, I'm like, that's a good way to reveal it. That's very nicely written. But yeah, back to their mental health issues. I feel like if they focus more on the mental health issues rather than the supernatural and other mystical forces, this show will be fantastic. If they go the supernatural route, of course, I'll watch it. I'll watch season 2. I'm excited for that, but I won't be as excited as I was initially watching this. What about you?
Yeah. I definitely don't want the supernatural element, but I feel
Mm,
like the chain of events, they're kind of leading it towards us. I mean, we
mm,
know the girl who might be the Antler Queen, Lori.
yeah.
She definitely had schizophrenia or psychosis, and she was taking medicine for that.
Hmm.
Thaisa has, I think, episodes of hallucinations and like you said,
Dissociative.
PID.
Yeah.
Um, Misty definitely has some like a couple of mental illnesses going on.
Hmm.
Like one is I think Munchausen by proxy, where she wants to make her person sick, like with the coach.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she had this need to be self-liked so much that once she saw she was being appreciated, she just blew up the black box. That really like I was so shocked.
I was like, no. I'm like,
I was like, girl, what did you just do? It blew my mind. It blew my mind. What happened there?
yep,
But
definitely.
the teddy bear catching on fire in the plane.
Hmm. Okay, so there's a lot of elements in here that point towards the supernatural. And then there's like this whole thing with the prophecies and, that girl with the prophecies. And she's like saying stuff like, someone's coming, we're not going to be hungry anymore. And I'm like, bro, what? And then the beer, and I'm like, bro, no, I disagree with this. It's a good show. That's the one element I disagree with. One thing that I particularly enjoyed in this was the sound design. Whenever there's like
Yeah,
this tension scene, there's like this, all of them saying that, that thingy in the background with the girl, like,
the chanting. Yeah,
yeah, that thing, that it's like I got goosebumps almost every time I
it,
heard that.
it really messes with you.
It
It really
it
messes with
it is fantastically done. Also, one more thing I would like to add here is when I started the series, I thought it was going to be disrespectful to Flight 571, but I feel that that was just a inspiration. They've taken the story a very different direction from that. So it no longer feels
you.
disrespectful towards the survivors of that, because that is a true story and people did resort to cannibalism. Um, but they've taken this very tastefully, pun intended.
That's true.
Yeah.
What do we think happened to the little brother?
Oh, he did. He definitely
I
did.
feel like the bear ate him because okay, so my initial theory was that the artist guy was the little brother, all
Mm,
grown up.
yeah.
But then it would be weird because they would have recognized him if it was him. But
Yeah.
the bear could have eaten the kid, gotten high, and then he showed up all slow and rumbly. Um, I don't know why I feel like that could be a
Attracted to
theory.
food or the smells of the people. I don't know,
Yeah, yeah, could
but
be.
yeah, could be. Do you have any other final thoughts, or should we wrap up here? What do you say?
Yeah, we can wrap up, guys. Please definitely watch this show. It's
Mm-hmm.
one of the best shows I've watched in a very long time.
Yeah. What is your score on this?
Honestly, for me, it would have been like a solid 9.5, but
Mm,
the finale was so bad. I have to give it like an 8. That's how disappointed the finale made me.
yes, that is very fair, especially with that epic pre-finale. I have this as a very similar score. I have it as a 7.5. It would have been 8.5, but then the finale was very lackluster. Yeah, it was.
It was very
Yeah. So, thank you all for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment if you haven't already. And let us know if you're excited for the show. And see you all. And good night.
all right, guys. Bye. Mubarak, no, we were not gonna do this anymore. Oh my god. I feel like my last sentences were very